How long gone? Oh, it's a beautiful fall Thursday here in New York City. The leaves are changing, Jason. The guys are still outside, shirtless, doing muscle ups. Everything is right with the world.
Now I'm starting to realize why you chose the apartment that you live in.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of muscle ups.
Yeah, if I can see muscle ups from my dining table, all things are right with the world.
That's when you put that A2 digestive ice cream pistachio graza collab down when you see the muscle up happening, don't you?
I don't even put it down. I drop it because I'm so I can't. I need my hands. You know what I mean, to mimic the muscle up, to do some push-ups to try to match these fucking guys. But
it ain't easy. How's your burpees going?
I mean, I don't actually hate burpees.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do them.
I like doing a nice slow burpee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't need to be so bouncy and explosive.
Yeah, let's,
you know?
Let's sort of take the fun out of this thing and make it slow and painful.
Like the part where you go, your hands are on the ground and then you kick your feet back into the push-up position.
Yeah, yes, of course.
That's the part where it gets the most dangerous, especially with my long frame. But then when you go from push-up position and then you jump back up to the little froggy squat, that's fine, no problem. And then the jump up, that's fine. But the other one, it's fucking up your form.
I don't love it. It's a berries exercise. I feel like that's where I was really forced to do those often. And it's much like the Bulgarian split squat. It's just something I'll do if I have to, but I don't. If Hunter, puts the gun to my head, I'm going to do it, but I don't want to do it.
I've been Bulgarianing lately. Actually, I found my spot. I found my sweet. You know where the foam roller's cut in half, little semicircle.
Yeah.
Do that. Use that as the.
Add that. Oh, I see. Like put that on top of the bench or whatever, so your foot is resting properly.
No. Put that on the ground, so your foot that's on the floor, and it helps you. Or at least me, it helps me like
balance.
Find like the right sweet spot, so you could feel it all the way through your glute. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've been doing, instead of those, I looked up some alternatives, and I've been doing some sort of high box step ups to work on my explosiveness, like we're talking about. Because every day is the field or the court for both of us. So I think explosiveness is something we both need to lock into.
Wow, so fucking true, man.
so fucking true, man.
I went on an explosive bike ride yesterday. Really just cranked those hills. The NAD Plus was helping take me to the next level.
All we can do is try to get to the next level, whatever that may be. I felt like an absolute, for some reason that flight yesterday back from San Francisco to New York really turned me out. I felt fucking awful.
I think I could figure out the reason. Let me know what time you woke up to go to the airport.
It was a 4 a.m. wake up.
You said wheels up at 5:45?
Wheels up was 5. I think it was maybe 5:55. It was pre 6 a.m., which I feel like I don't find that very often in the Delta universe, even in Europe or anywhere else. But I was able to get back by 4 p.m., which was best case scenario considering.
Still not great, damn.
No, there was of course a short layover in the beautiful Detroit airport. I know you're familiar with it, so I got to walk.
You had to lay.
I got 10,000 steps going from gate to gate in the same terminal. So things are that was nice. A little leg stretch. I didn't mind that, except the rush. I don't like that feeling of when you land and you're boarding. In the layover, you know what I mean? In the layover situation?
Yeah. It's a little frantic. It's nice to have like 17 minutes to kill.
Yes,
that's the
exactly.
perfect
No,
amount. Exactly.
But I felt like it's sharpening my tools, my efficiency, my like, how good am I at this? Like how real is it? How good am I? How quickly can I make it? How can I navigate? How can I get around these old people?
If Delta's listening, they're going to be like, we don't even need to give this guy 360. It sounds like he's already maximized his efficiency as much further than we could.
They closed all the airports today, I guess, so at least I missed that. But apparently it's only going to last for a couple days, hopefully. I keep reading about this.
Where'd you read that it's only going to last a couple days?
Well, I just keep reading this, and then I go to the airport and everything's fine. And I see all these videos of it being a nightmare, and then I go to the airport and it's fine. I think it's...
it's the same thing when Newsom posts a photo of L.A. What do you mean homeless people? Everything's fine. I don't see it. I don't see it on my walk to go get.
I think that's a little different because of the just the size of the Los Angeles area is a little larger than the exact airports.
Or I mean, that was just one example. You could say that for anywhere of anything.
No, it's true,
but it's different when you read a news headline saying Newark Airport has grounded all flights, and then you go to Newark Airport, get on an airplane, and fly. It is a little like, what's going on here exactly?
It's confusing. But look, we got to pay these. We got to pay these guys. We got to get these TSA guys. As much as I hate them, we got to get them back to work. I don't want to fuck up my flow. We got places to be, people to see. Give those guys their minimum wage back. Let them search my bags. Let them have bad attitudes. Let my favorite ones that think they're performers, failed actors that like to talk too much and use their hands. Give these people their jobs back. We need to fly.
Now, I had a funny one because sometimes when you do get a good TSA person who's like directing and yelling and do this and that, you get the people that overperform where you kind of feel like you have to give them a courtesy giggle. But then you get the other people, a rare one, where they say the perfect amount of things with the perfect attitude. And there was a guy who was doing that, just being informative and helpful, no extra bullshit, no fluff. And I was like, hey, man, thanks for doing a good job today. I know the airport's crazy. He looks straight into my eyes and he goes, shit, I ain't doing that much.
that response lets me know that he was doing exactly what you said perfectly. That response tells me everything I need to know.
I'm just sitting here in Terminal 4 digging in my butt, telling people you can't bring a laptop through without taking it out of your bag.
I'm just screaming no water at these white folks. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
All I know is I confiscated someone's Jersey mic and it's underneath the bag in the trash can, and when it would go into the back, I'm gonna pull it out and it's actually gonna be hidden in there.
We should talk. I would love to talk to an anonymous. If you work at TSA and you're anonymous, please get in touch. I would love to ask about who's taking home what.
If you work at TSA and you're anonymous, this one's for you.
Yeah. Because I just want to know, like, I know some of you motherfuckers that, like, that's a scammer job. That's like a job you get because you have to, because the court mandated it, but you're still a scammer and you have to be taking the lotions and potions and creams that you confiscate. Like, you start to learn what's worth what. You start to learn that, like, oh, that's a $300 cream. If I put that in my fucking Chick-fil-A bag, I can go flip that on eBay at least, or on the street. There's so much profit to be made.
Interesting.
Because sometimes if they take something, you see them make kind of a performative gesture of throwing it away in front of you to, like, reassure you that none of us are taking home any of these creams. And I think one of these guys from the Bronx has figured out what Augustina's batter is. And is like, wait a second.
There's a 59-year-old man at the Pittsburgh airport who knows about the Orally Spring/Summer 25 collection, which pieces are going for what.
Yeah, like, we're going to break in. Yeah, oh, sorry. Yeah, I just think it's too easy.
He's like, what kind of lens is on that contacts? Yeah, we're going to need to go into secondary.
That's a perfect point, where a camera like that looks like some old junk unless you know what it is. And then you're like, wait a second, this is very valuable. But I think with the toiletries, they literally have to take them. So you can't do anything about it. So then it's like, well, do I really want to throw this away? It's so wasteful. I would prefer they take it.
So every TSA agent, you go into their house, you open up the medicine cabinet, it's all the new Freddie Mal,
it looks like
all the AB.
Man, how come this motherfucker's medicine cabinet looks like Blue Mercury? This is crazy. This guy.
Look, you thought I was a Crip? All this AB I got in the medicine chest. Fuck you, mean?
I look old as hell, but somehow I'm looking like Blue Mercury on the inside.
Blue M&M.
I don't understand how this. I don't understand.
Yo, this under eye patch don't even come out till next week.
I think you could really give yourself an education on skincare and hydration just by stealing the stuff that you're supposed to throw away.
You thought you knew all the Marvis flavors? No.
Yeah. Oh my. TSA. Imagine the TSA in Milan. They got unreleased. They got unreleased. They got shit I've never heard of.
TSA.
They got flavors that are so bad that no one wants them. It's gotten to that point. It's gotten to that point. How much licorice mint can we really stomach?
Who wants the hojicha? No, I'm good. No more.
We'll split that up in the break room. We can just kind of flip a coin for that one. Whoever wants it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I went to a movie screening. Shout out to my Neon family last night. Sentimental Value. Saw some friends of the show there. Lionel and Io. And who else was there? Carrie, Kenneth from 30 Rock up in there.
One of the greats.
That was a rare sighting.
Is he in it, or is he just? I mean, he's obviously a cinema lover. I thought he could maybe have a little part.
It's because the Skarsgård dad plays the male lead in it, and I know that Jack and Skarsgård have a will they won't they sort of hetero / question mark friendship, right?
Okay.
You've seen the photos and the posts, right?
I mean, all of these actors gay baiting. I can't keep track. If I'm being completely honest with you.
Sure.
Was the movie good?
It was good. I did get a nice little nappy in there at some point. It wouldn't be a film without that for me, but yeah, it was good. I mean, it's a film that you really got to be in the mood for. It's, over 2 hours, and it's about, Scandinavian familiar life and struggles.
I mean, that does sound pretty good. I mean, it's not Selling Sunset season 9,
really good.
but it sounds pretty good.
It was amazingly done. Definitely, it won an award at Cannes, and I think it was a good one. Not no little one. But yeah, it was good. It was great. It was at the Directors Guild Theater, right next door to the Griddle.
Oh, sure.
Over there on
Is the
Sunset
Griddle?
and
The
Fairfax.
Griddle's still open, right?
It's still open, and I was reminiscing of when you would go there and you would ask for the secret off menu pancake waffles, and you would have to say the password, supercalifragilistic, the whole thing, and then they're like, that's how you get the secret pancakes.
Wow.
And basically what all it is they take waffle batter and make pancakes with it, or they take pancake batter and make waffles.
I mean, that's
with
pretty
it. I forgot which one it was.
Genius, I have to say. And that place, there used to be a line. That was like one of the first lines I ever saw. Yeah. Like at a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? That's like really one of the first things I ever saw.
That was like 2005 era, wait in line for an hour and a half to have your hangover brunch.
The good hangover brunch. I saw that there's pictures of the Public that's going in where the Standard was. Len posted some. I think there was a Hollywood Reporter story about it. Yeah, I got to look because I need to see what they're doing, because they can't change the structure because it's protected, but obviously they're going to tear the guts out like it's
I mean, it's a full
school
gut right now, but we're going to keep all the charm, because I mean is it the first Ocean's 11 movie where Brad Pitt is the owner of that hotel and they blow up his car in the parking lot?
Oh shit, maybe.
Tobey Maguire is like having a freak out in one of the rooms. He has to calm him down. That's the level. That's like the era of Hollywood bullshittery that I'm loving.
Of Tobey Maguire doing his vegan Coke at the Standard Hotel in West Hollywood, having a fucking freak out. All right, we got a guest today.
Is this Coke vegan?
That's what my fentanyl strips are. It's actually for animal parts. All right, we have a guest today, Ezra Marcus, friend of the show. A writer, a man about town. He's apparently, I've seen some DJ gigs lately hitting his resume, which we'll need to obviously.
Yeah, you can talk to him about writing, and I'll talk to him about being in the mix.
We'll grill him on both. Great head of hair on this guy. All right, let's give him a call. All right, what's up, big bro? How are you?
Not much, man. How are you guys?
Oh,
it's good.
It's a beautiful fall day in New York, and we're inside podcasting. How God intended.
It's a beautiful fall day in LA, and I'm inside podcasting.
Yeah, exactly. Cheers.
What's up with you, bro?
Not much. I just moved. I'm like 3 blocks away from the Dime Square Thunderdome.
Well, you as a local politician in the area, I'm glad you can stay in your jurisdiction.
Yeah, but it's just far enough away so I don't have to be accosted by my,
Sure.
Yep.
I haven't been over there in a while. I need to walk over there. Maybe I'll go over there today, see what's going on.
You want to be close, but not too close. That's why I live where I am. You're just removed enough, but you're still within striking distance if you need to go. Do whatever. Look at some 19-year-olds practice their kickflips in the middle of a closed-off street.
Sample the latest in fentanyl at Seward Park.
That's actually the real New York experience that people are looking for. They come here and they stay in Brooklyn and they want to get a picture of the bridge and stuff, but really...
They say, I read about this place called Cookies in one of this guy Ezra's articles in the New Yorker, and then they show up and it's nothing but fentanyl, and you feel responsible, don't you? Ezra?
What happened to cookies? Is it still kicking?
Yeah, actually, I'm glad that we brought that up, because I was just thinking, because you wrote that article about the rise of cookies, the marijuana dispensary that uses streetwear like marketing tactics to sell drugs. That was like a year ago, a year and a half ago, whatever. And there were cookies all over. And I just searched this morning, all the LA cookies gone. There's just the one like distribution center in like the middle of like industrial Haywood, California, near nothing,
That's crazy.
in the rolling 60s.
I didn't know that. I mean, I get the sense that I mean, they were certainly making a lot of money, but it was a little bit more of like a brand with intense loyalty among a very certain kind of guy, and less of like a super coherent business proposal. But
Okay.
Sure. That's how we describe How Long Gone as well. So I understand exactly.
Which is an odd turn away from most dispensaries, who usually have a pretty airtight business plan and cap table in place, right?
yeah,
But cookies did popularize the sort of, how would I say it? It had like a nice high-end Ziploc closure system on the bag that you could almost carry like a pouchet. Like it's sort of a clutch style marijuana holder. But did that closure system that kept the smell inside? Was that part of it as well?
I don't know.
I think that question might be a little bit. I'm likely better suited to answer that than Ezra is.
Back in my day, I used to have to buy these special bags that were called, I think they were called stink proof. And it was what you had to keep, your, because my shit was so loud that I didn't want it to smell, it just sitting in the cabinet. I didn't want to have that smell.
Your gelato was way too stanky.
Way too stanky.
The times that I've bought weed has exclusively been given to me in the most crinkled piece of like saran wrap. Isn't even, that's too nice for what they're giving it to me in.
Sure.
Okay, was this in college, or is this in your adult life in the last few years?
Mostly in college and high school. And then I actually had I had a disaster experience maybe 10 or 11 years ago when I was just starting out in media. I was covering this random ass music festival in Delaware. And my friend was driving us around down there, and he was like, I'm going to show you guys like the real Delaware. We're going to go to the other side. I was like, okay. And
you're going to O Block, Delaware.
Yeah.
It ain't sweet.
Let me tell you, there's no Bidens over on this side. But he was like, we pull up and this guy's like, you guys want hard or soft? I was like, what?
You're like, bro, I don't want any dick, bro. That's not what I'm here for. I know it's the other side.
He's like, no, I just want weed, man. Like, he just wasn't trying to buy heroin or whatever. And the guy comes back. The guy who's like, I don't even think this guy was a drug dealer. I think he was just a random crackhead. And he comes back hands us, and it like a piece of styrofoam folded in half. And we drive away. And we look like, okay, what have we got here? And it was literally just a handful of
looking like a Rick Owens clutch
off the street.
Dude, styrofoam doesn't even bend that well.
You need to crunch it.
Go tell a crackhead you can't bend a piece of styrofoam. Give him 10 seconds, he'll figure it out.
Like, I've gotten some crazy drug deliveries systems in my time, and I was always really impressed when I first moved to New York that it was so organized here, and the guy would show up with almost what looked like a camera backpack, like photographer backpack.
Yeah.
And he
the
would
Pelican pack.
He'd have cases on the inside. He'd open them up. There'd be jars. They'd all be labeled. It was very professional. But yeah, I mean, I've gotten Coke folded up in paper before.
Oh yeah,
which is one of the worst of all time, because you have to. It's tough to use in a bathroom. You got to kind of lay it all out on a table.
Because you can't just lick the paper. You got to eat it.
Exactly,
you have to eat the paper. Where'd it come from?
Well, I don't know if you've ever experienced parachuting. It was something very popular when I was younger, where you would sort of just tie up. If you didn't want to just do nummies of Molly, you would sort of tie it up in a piece of toilet paper, like a small balloon, and just toss it back, wash it down with water. It was the cheap version of making your own vitamins, let's say, with capsules.
In the culinary world, it's called a bouquet garni. It's where you're able to sort of steep steep whatever you need to
think
do,
of it as
and then it's easily
tea
removed.
bag. I know you're a writer. I'm sure you're sipping on some tips.
For me, this is, I don't know where this idea came from, and maybe it was real, but in college, it was ubiquitously understood that Molly worked so much better if it was with orange juice.
Yeah.
I think that came from Gucci Mane somehow, and it would just be this sort of like
I've never heard
OJ Molly concoction. It was
my
revolting.
first foray was
Tasted
with,
like toothpaste.
was with mushrooms, and they would say you always drink orange juice with the mushrooms because it does a good job at disguising and covering the awful taste.
Sure.
But then the citrus in the OJ and the vitamin C, it really turns up the veggies. And I think the veggies, I don't know how the veggies on Molly not as powerful, but
I'm
still.
calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on all this right now, and this definitely
Big OJ.
Chris has always been a veggie hater, though.
No, Minute Maid. Yeah, Minute
This
Maid
is a psyop, bro.
planted this in the high schools. Yeah, Minute Maid psyop once again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like visuals. I think that's not the kind of drugs that I was interested in. I don't want to see. I barely want to see what's actually real in front of me. Definitely not what's
Damn,
in my
bro.
mind's eye.
You're a bitch. I love it when like a tree turns into a skull.
But you went to high school in what, Pacific Northwest or like San Francisco, Yay area?
I went to Berkeley High School in Berkeley,
That's right.
California.
I was in Berkeley literally 2 days ago.
He had dinner at Yay Panisse just 2 days ago, right?
Oh, no way.
I was at Yay Panisse having 4 salads, the best restaurant in the world.
Upstairs or downstairs?
Upstairs.
That's the way to do it.
I've actually never eaten downstairs. I'm not really interested in it.
Me neither.
Yeah. What's your history with Chez Panisse, Ezra?
My grandmother would always take me for my birthday, big occasions.
Graduation, birthday, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Was your grandmother gang with Alice
My
Waters?
grandma took me to Marie Callender's. You got to go to goddamn fucking Chez Panisse.
I don't know if my grandmother ever took me out to eat ever. So that you guys both beat me.
Okay.
Wow.
It's a race to the bottom.
Was grandma gang with Alice Waters, or she just had good taste?
No, I think she was just like kind of, I think my whole family, they're really kind of, how some people, it's like the fresh ingredients is literally all they think about at any given time. It's all they talk about.
I'm on a podcast with him 3 times a fucking week.
Good
That's all I hear
ingredients in,
about.
good ingredients out. It's not that hard, guys. It's not that hard. What's my job as a storyteller? Just to not fuck up what Mother Nature created, okay?
So you're saying that your family, based on the Berkeley location, this isn't a total shock. They love fresh produce and high quality ingredients.
Yeah, you say it like it's a derogatory.
No. It's really it's very endearing, and I think that they're absolutely right. I will say that 60% of what my grandmother talks about is the seasonality of corn, etc.
This is literally Jason. This is what Jason talking about.
Yo, what's her at though? What's her at? Let's get her on.
Bro, you should pull up to the Berkeley Hills. You guys could chef it up.
So is she a home cook and a gardener and stuff, or is she just a passionate eater?
She a munch.
What do you put?
Hold on, bro. Your
Well,
grandma a munch?
she has 4 kids, so I think they're
She a parking lot demon. Sorry.
Nancy Reagan.
I'm sorry, Miss Marcus. I am so real.
She's an excellent chef.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely like in a kind of Alice Waters, but she was from New England, so she moved out to Berkeley later
I
on.
could hand her a persimmon and she would just smell it and go, no.
She has a kind of harsher criteria at the supermarket or the farmer's market
Yep.
than like, I don't even know, like Future at Magic City. She is exactly what she's looking for. 95% of the
So she's like
produce will
Wiz
not-
Khalifa at the cookies sample sale. Just like
Exactly.
very like, no.
Yeah.
Birds of a feather with me, I will say.
Did any of that rub off on you, or are you more of a McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell type cat?
I'm somewhere in the middle. I love I love eating crazy food. I love going to deep Queens, real Thai food, what have you. But
Bourdain ass.
I'll also go to the most dusty ass supermarket and buy the half rotten onion because I'm bored and not paying attention.
Sure.
I think it's all kind of fake to a certain extent.
I also think it's fake. Well, I don't think it's fake. I think that I think that 95 to 99% of people cannot actually tell the difference of the quality of most things, unless they've spent a lot of time trying to develop that.
I agree, and I think there's a certain kind of performativity to it where somebody will get like, the heirloom tomato from the farmer's market, and it's this like they have to perform this like full body orgasmic of how this is and it's like blind taste test. That's probably about the same to that person as like
100%.
random shit.
Look, we do that with everything though. I do that with my fucking Birkin, I pull it out and I said, damn, it's so nice because I spent 18 thou on it. And a blind taste test with that and the Coach bag, 99% of people won't be able to tell the difference.
I could look for the proper hardware and stamping, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
You are the 1%, Chris. Your gay ass is the 1% in this instance.
No, but I think that I say this all the time about food because I go to these places that are so good and I'm like, yeah, this is good as hell. And then I go to places that are less good and I'm also like, this is good as hell. And I know they're different because one costs a lot more and people really care about going there. But I don't think I can tell we all have our things that we can tell.
Y'all ain't super tasters. You're super dressers. I'm a super taster.
Jason, could you taste cigarette taste test? How do you think you'd do if I gave you 5 different cigs?
As long as they're brands that I have had experience with.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay. See, that's the other thing.
I'll do a Hestia. I'll do a Parliament, Marlboro Light, Turkish
Gold,
Camel.
Sure.
I could even do a Lucky Strike. They're toasted.
I only got it. This is going to sound really stupid, but I only got into smoking cigarettes in the last year and a half. And so I'm now just trying them all out. And I can barely tell the difference. Like they're all so good. Like
okay. You're easy when it comes to nicotine.
You got the heirloom Marlboro Light and you're super happy with it and it's all good.
I'll get a carton of Hestias over to the house, Ezra. Don't worry. We were talking about DJing on the intro. You invited me to go see you DJ at Jeans on Halloween night, and I went there after Tame Impala, and there was like 700 people in line, so we didn't get in. So how was it?
It was awesome. I mean, I love DJing. I've been doing it for a long time. It's kind of all I actually ever want to do. And
really,
absolutely, and
it pays more than writing.
That's for sure. It pays more. It matters more.
I think we can get to the bottom. We can look. I know you wear glasses and shit, but let's just be honest. DJing gets more pussy, and that's what you want to say, but you don't want to say it.
Or dick.
That's true.
And the family is more impressed by DJing nowadays than they were back in my day.
Yeah. Did your parents understand that at all?
They were just kind of like, okay, if you're happy and having fun, it's fine, it's no problem. But it was more so like, hey, I'm DJing at this like massive rave, and they're like I'm DJing at like the Olympic arena, and they're like, okay, cool. But then if I'm playing like at a dive bar and it's in like the classified section of the LA Weekly, they're like, oh shit, bro, you're in print.
I would be upset if your mom was hyped on Hard Festival, but I think parents, as long as you don't ask that parents for money, in my experience, they're fine with whatever you're doing, as long as it's not obvious that it's illegal.
Unless you're from Berkeley, then your parents are going to have more of an opinion on what's going on.
That's honest. You seem like a guy who comes from educators.
Or whatever the Berkeley of your part of the world is.
Yeah, not specifically, but it's all the kind of like generic Jewish sort of, played a lot of Scrabble growing up. So that helps.
Sure, your household rewarded intellectualism, you're saying. It wasn't frowned upon like some households that I know of.
Definitely. It was highly regarded. I think that maybe led me towards, on the one hand, I guess I have this quasi-intellectual career, but I think also stuff like DJing was I was like, wait, there's this?
You're like, oh, he's a writer. They're like, yeah, very impressive. Yeah, all these publications. What's he writing about? Galaxy gas.
Yeah.
It's Grandma. This one's not for you. Maybe he'll send you his newest mix, and you can put it on in the car on the way to the farmer's market.
So are you a better writer than you are a DJ, in your opinion?
Absolutely. I'm a complete hack DJ. I'm such a sync button queen at the end of the day.
Oh, you're a sync queen, aren't you?
I'm learning. I'm actually, after like 15 years of this, I'm like, I'm gonna learn how to beat match. I'm gonna do it. But
don't waste your time.
I love the sync button. It's like you could. Because all I care about is playing like as many of the songs that I want as I can in a night, and I don't really care about the rest of it.
I mean, I guess if the difference is sync button or sounds awful, yeah, I'm going sync 100% of the time.
Yeah.
It's true.
Ezra, look, DJing today, sync button is fine. Just keep working on those pull-ups in the park. That's what's going to get you the gigs. It ain't about the skill.
Your face card is already lethal, but yeah, once you get a John Summit bod,
Yeah, Jason.
did you take your shirt off, or was your costume on Halloween a shirtless offering?
My costume was a kind of last minute Charlie XCX. It was
Did you get the girls out?
by the end of the night, yeah, a little bit. I had a wine stain. I had like a wine stain pleaser, excuse me, and I had I had tights on and a skirt.
Wow. Okay.
I was honestly kind of unrecognizable. Like people did not know what was happening.
They're like, do you know when Ezra goes on?
He's been up there for 3 hours. What is did you wear anything over the tights?
Yeah, I had like tights and then like a little mini skirt on.
Okay, nice. So you went to American Apparel and said, put it in the bag type shit.
I borrowed a mini skirt and it was
Hold on. You're telling me you borrowed a mini skirt from a chick and it worked? It fit?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you went back to the flat, she's like, no, leave it on. Leave it on. There we go.
Oh, no, just pull it up. Just pull it up.
Oh, I
It's fine.
can't wait to get out of this. She'll sit down now.
Yeah, I was like, wait, this is so much more convenient than the.
Yeah, it's really, it is
Yeah.
a skirt. I have worn one in my life and it is quite comfortable. No tights underneath.
Tights. It turns
Sure.
out extremely comfortable.
Well, yeah, they're helping your circulation. They're keeping everything.
Mhm.
Obviously, they're keeping everything
Mhm.
zipped up, but they're also keeping the blood flowing.
Mhm. And it kind of helped with the tucking component of the costume as well.
Tucking.
So your tuck was unclockable, is what you're saying.
I was serving fish.
Okay, that's a successful Halloween costume. Did you see other? Because Halloween is my least favorite. One of my least favorite things on planet Earth, especially in New York. And going to jeans on Halloween, I would rather take my own life. But
Shout out to Jeans. We love you guys over there.
yeah,
Can't wait
I
to
love
go to the
jeans.
farm.
Yeah, I love jeans. Can't wait to go to the farm. But the crowd, I imagine, was everybody going OD costume? Is that sort of what is expected at a night like that?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was like I don't know. I feel like New York Halloween is like the biggest holiday, and it was like also that place. Love them as well. I felt like there was a real kind of I don't know like bottle service. People were spending. They were charging like $100 on the door, and people were paying it just to get into a club.
Yeah, when you're DJing in a club,
there were a lot of costumes.
and they sell the tables on stage next to you, usually the type of person who's going to spend 10 grand to have a table in a club, they're not who you want to be hanging out with all night.
What was awesome?
They give you bad requests.
What was really awesome was my friend Ben and I were DJing. He was also in drag. He was Jamae, private school girl.
Shout out to our king Ben. He was a. I'm sorry, what?
He was Jamae, private school girl. You know, like the Summer Heights
Okay.
High. And so there's just the two of us on stage in wigs, and then the club gave us a security guard who was standing right next to us, keeping the hoi polloi from.
Protect the dolls.
Yeah, exactly. They gave us tasers as well.
They handed out a jeans branded taser. It came with a cookie. It was an amazing gift. You had a security guard, so you didn't have to take any requests. You guys could play your little fucking your shit without no
could play our
problems.
bullshit SoundCloud UKG remix.
Okay. What was the song of the night? And then we'll move on.
What was the song of the night? I mean, I love playing like my little UKG remix of Rihanna kind of thing. And then at one point, it was honestly such a blur, but I played that one of those new Two Hollis tracks, which I'm ashamed to say I can't get enough. Two
Bro,
Hollis.
even you're
Okay.
too old to play Two Hollis.
I
Did
know,
the crowd
dude.
go off, or are they too old?
I don't think that they seemed a little old to know it, but it definitely went crazy. But I felt I was
Sure,
like
if it's good, it's good.
Mhm.
I'm a solid like what 15 years older than this musician.
I don't know if
Probably.
I've ever heard Two Hollis. If I'm keeping it a stack, maybe I've listened once when it first came out, and I just knew it wasn't for me. Or maybe it is for me. Is that?
I think it's more for you than most of this shit. Honestly, you would listen to it and be like, okay, I get it.
Are there
Versus
any
like turn this mess off?
Is there any guitars at all? Even fake ones? Or is it just like
Not
computer
really.
music? Okay.
It's definitely just like kind of Zoomer
Some glitched out trap shit.
TikTok. Yeah.
But it's also really catchy.
But he's already fallen off. I mean, he's in that new Vans campaign, which I quite like, actually. Him with the
haven't seen it.
I think it's him, right? He's got the two-tone hair, right? Like his hair is blonde and then black at the bottom.
I think you're thinking of You're thinking of NetSpend, bro.
Oh, I'm thinking of NetSpend. You're right. NetSpend's in the Vans campaign. I apologize.
NetSpend is like if Two Hollis was 8 years old.
Two Hollis is more of like a Rick Owens kind of. Then NetSpend is more of your.
He's taller than you. He's like 6'6", 100 pounds, bleach blonde, long hair.
I think NetSpend is also Rick Owens, but maybe just different section of the store.
It's true.
I think all of those guys
he shop at Little Ricky's.
He shops at Ricky's. I feel like all those guys, it's crazy that they wear Rick Owens because Rick Owens looks good on almost no one, and that's the thing that they're best at, actually. Wearing Rick Owens, Two Hollis is better at wearing Rick Owens than making music, is what I'm trying to say. He actually makes it look good, which is impossible for most civilians.
Absolutely. I mean, it helps that he's like this 7-foot tall androgynous god, but
Yeah.
it was like Rick Owens like cloned him and improved in his own physique.
Do you think he's out here piping, or do you think he's on Roblox?
I don't see why those are mutually exclusive.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I guess the FBI would.
Are you saying Ezra's saying get you a girl that can do both?
Yeah, that's very possible. I didn't think of that scenario. I did not think of
So
that scenario.
Roblox is your Raya, is what you're saying. That's where you bag them and then you take them home and tag them. I fuck with your program, Ezra. That's nice. Okay. It's been a few years since you wrote about the horses scandal, the restaurant in LA, and, you know, the cat killing and all that stuff. I actually had dinner there last night. And have you thought about the story at all in the last few years since you wrote it, or have you kept up or seen its evolution, or talked to any of the people on the inside more?
I mean, I went to Horses maybe 6 months after it came out. I thought it was incredible. I hadn't been before. It was excellent. But I was sort of fascinated by the way that turned into the Frog Club situation in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do any more.
I was hoping I would never have to hear about Frog Club again, but I knew Jason would find a way to force it down my little ear holes.
I never had the chance to enjoy Frog Club's green food.
And you know what the fucked up part is for me personally? I love frogs. It's one of the only. I'm a big Kermit guy. I don't really like real frogs; they're disgusting. But Kermit's one of my all-time great celebrities.
But what did it feel like, stolen froggy valor for you? Like y'all don't deserve this frog. Okay.
I didn't go in there. But you went, Jason. You did go, right, Jason?
Yeah, the food was particularly disappointing.
I think Horses is always
to the point where you're offended by
Horses
it.
has always been fine. One of the worst hostesses I've ever encountered in my life. That's so mean. I don't know why. I don't get, like, just clearly mean in a way that job should not allow, because that job is to be sort of welcoming and friendly as the face of the restaurant.
Maybe they're mean only to you because you're a dick.
I mean, I'm less of a dick than you are, and you've said, I guess you've been pretty nice about Horses. I think Horses is fine. I think that people really wanted it to like it more than they should have, I would say.
Yeah.
But the drama was fun.
Yeah, the drama was fun, and I think it was just like fascinating thinking about this like husband and wife duo coming apart at the seams while running a restaurant that then became a celebrity, whatever it became. And then the kind of potential revelation after all of that, when she opened a restaurant and it just completely failed. And it's like, well, was he, for all of his, obvious flaws as a pet owner and manager,
he was the one.
But the obvious flaws are obvious because a flawed person told you them. You know what I mean? So it's not. These are not obvious verified flaws for anyone involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's
so much hearsay.
There's a lot of questions remaining about what actually happened there. I think it's kind of a he said, she said.
I hope they both never do anything again and we never have to hear about them again. But I think that's not going to be the case.
Well, Will works at the #1 ranked restaurant in the world. on the world's top 50.
Yeah, I guarantee you I don't want to eat at that restaurant. And not because of
Wait,
him.
You definitely don't want to eat there.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
What is it?
Let me find.
You tried your best to take him down, but he's fine.
Is it in France?
No, it's in the Is it in India? Is it in like Bombay? Maybe. Let me see.
He had to look. He had to go international waters mode, but he did escape you in your wrath eventually.
Yeah, he had a phase of posting pretty chaotic stuff about me on Instagram. Really pretty amazing.
Great poster. He's one of our greatest posters.
He's an edgelord.
Yeah.
Did somebody buy your story?
It was optioned for a doc that then they never did anything with it.
Sure. It's just I remember you because I think I talked to you about that.
The restaurant is called Casper's in Bombay.
That's
Mumbai.
That's the #1 restaurant in the world.
Well, according to one of the lists.
Okay.
So it's the Condé Nast Traveler Restaurant Awards #1 restaurant, The Table in Mumbai.
We got so many awards these days. I feel like people get an award. I'm like, what? We got an innovator award. What the like? We got every magazine just giving out awards. I love it. Give me. I don't have any fucking awards.
I've never gotten an award. I want to win like I want to win the most songs played in one night DJ award.
Oh, I think A-Track's had you beat
Songs-
for 20 years, so you better figure
That's
it out.
probably true. Yeah.
What's your let's say you have 1 hour to DJ and you're playing at one of these quirked up art ho parties. Are we doing 1 song per minute? Are we doing 2 songs? 1 song every 30 seconds? How synced are you syncing?
It's probably like somewhere in the 30 seconds to a minute because I'm usually like I have like a drum track and then I'm like I need to play like Cardi over this and then it like doesn't quite work, so I'm like okay I need and then I'll just keep going until I find like the perfect drum track rap vocal and then I'll just like stand there for maybe a minute and I'll get bored.
And soak it in.
Yeah.
As the mashup god.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you.
That's crazy though about Will. I didn't know. Yeah, he had a great post at one point that was about him converting to. It was like a picture of like some sort of document saying he converted to Judaism, and then the caption was, "Ezra Marcus is Hamas."
So not a fan of the story is what you're saying.
I guess not, but it seems like it's worked out for him. So
I didn't know that you got paperwork when you converted to Judaism. I thought it was more of a spiritual
me neither.
exercise. I didn't know you got like a stamped.
I mean,
piece of
I feel
paper.
like one thing about us Jews is we are bureaucratic.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, there's a lot of
How do y'all claim Azalea Banks now?
Of course. It's huge for us.
Okay, to have her as a soldier on the front lines.
We needed that. We really needed that.
PR was not
with
great,
everything
and we
going
needed
on.
a little boost, and AB brought that.
You needed a racist black chick up in the mix over there in Israel, didn't you?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a rare. It's a,
Kanye, like, meet your match.
Yeah.
The only more chaotic.
two of our greatest Twitter posters to ever live that have both sort of spiraled into hell.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for us, the viewers.
So, has your family accepted that you voted for Zohran, or have you not told them yet?
It's funny. They're all cool with it. I feel like they started out maybe more on like the not full blown Netanyahu crazy Zionist, but with a little bit further than your typical person like me would be. And we would really get into it. And then as they've sort of like come more and more towards the kind of, anti-Zionist side of it, I've had to go, because I love getting that reaction at them, I've had to go further and further into kind of to the extent that the last time I was like at a family thing, they were like, so what do you think about everything? What do you think will happen with the mayor? Like, what do you want to happen? I was like, well, I mean, hopefully, we will be conscripted into like Sharia sex communism. That's
the best outcome
and they were
for
like,
us.
Like we will New York specifically will nuke Tel Aviv, and we will be. And they were like, and they were, my family member was like, well, I disagree, but I can see why you would say that.
Just keeping an open level of discourse going, healthy.
I was like, what do I have to say? What do I have to say to make you? I want everyone.
What's going on?
Screaming
what's
at
going
me.
on with Zoe's wife? She feels like a Vice employee, so I feel like somebody we know might have hit. before Zoe.
Well, they met on
Do you think
Hinge.
that's out of the question?
They met on Hinge, so she was in the streets.
There's a theory going around in one of my group chats that they're lying and it was actually Raya, but that looks bad, so they've changed the story to Hinge. On the other side of that coin, would Maybach Zoe have been allowed into Raya pre-politics because he's a herb who I don't know.
Absolutely not. He wasn't. He was a local assemblyman. That's even that's not. There's no way.
Well, he was an assemblyman. He was an assemblyman / rapper. I don't want to take his artistic.
What was his rap name? It was like Big Cardamom or something.
No.
Yeah,
it had A lot of people are. It's pretty funny actually. Like Stereo Gum and websites like that are posting the emails that he sent them.
It is Young Cardamom / Mr. Cardamom.
Wow.
The guy loves cardamom. Damn, bro.
People are posting the emails he sent, being like, "Hi, I'm a young rapper from New York. Here's my demo." I'm like, dude, let this guy live, man. Like, we don't need. How many likes are you gonna get on that? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like that can be one more amazing feature of our kind of like incoming, Sharia communism is just like Young Cardamom national anthem in the schools every day.
Do you think he'll read it? Yeah.
We all have to start listening to J. Cole, government mandated.
He loves. Actually, those videos of him at the behind the DJ booth, like waving his hands in the air. I've never seen anything worse. I can't believe that exists. But I think to win,
it makes you miss Eric Adams a little bit, doesn't it?
I mean,
he knew how to behave himself in the club.
What I've learned about politics from Zoe, and I knew this before, but I guess I realized it on a deeper level, is that you have to be corny to win, and that is just part of the deal. And almost at this point, the more corny, the more like viral shows you go on and fucking clubs you go to.
Same thing for actors,
Yeah, but it's like it's different. Actors, we don't expect anything from them because we know they're sort of like soulless people looking for fame. Politicians, we sort of expect more from.
You just described a politician though, with every word that you said describing an actor.
Yeah, but politicians they're meant to be more than that, but we now can't allow them to do that. They have to do the same thing that an actor does.
I mean, has there ever been a non-corny politician?
No, but I guess there wasn't one that was
George
directly
W.
marketed at me.
He's kind of a slick little cucumber.
Yeah,
it's true.
I feel like Zohran is like LCD sound system where it's been forced down my throat because it's supposed to be for me and my people, and it makes it harder to not be corny when that's the case.
Yeah.
I
think it's something about just like millennials taking over the kind of like gears of the media apparatus that it's like finally we get one, and it's like millennials are probably the corniest generation just given the confluence of how just like the stuff that like it's this kind of like post-Obama hope stuff I think never really left us at the end of the day. So just finding a way to kind of rebrand that in like for the TikTok short form video era, I think is a recipe for obviously the kind of the corniest video content ever created, but I can also see why it works so well.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess when Obama won, we had Young Jeezy songs about it, and it was like I don't see any current rapper writing a song about Zohran. So I think the corn level has really been increased where you like it's good that he's in office, but like he's not going to be like swagged out.
Yeah, it's true. I can't imagine anything worse than like
sneaker shopping with Zohran.
Ken Carson making a song.
Oh, damn, we got a new Leon Thomas song coming out about Zohran. This motherfucker changed my life. That's really, I mean, I think that the Obama thing was obviously a much bigger deal because he was president, but
sure.
Do you think Zoe can take this shit all the way, or do you think he's going to maybe stop at the Senate or the House and not make it all the way to Pennsylvania Ave?
I thought that I like honestly know so little about politics. I looked this up. He's ineligible to be president.
Oh, because he wasn't born here?
Because he wasn't born in the U.S., yeah.
That seems like a pretty big problem if you have ambition.
And neither was Obama, but he figured it out.
Exactly. Good point. Good point, Jason. Good point. Good point. Damn, I did not know that. That seems like if you're that as ambitious as he seems, that's reason enough to go into a different field, in my opinion.
True. Maybe by the point time he's done, it will be a sort of like new kind of global imperium headquartered in like nowadays, and we don't need a president anymore.
He can build this into his media empire that will be centered in the Lot Radio parking lot.
I guess these guys can't make any money anyway, so the best case is you get famous from being mayor of New York, and then you can do whatever you want and be rich for the rest of your life.
It's he's Meghan Markling. He's gonna get a Netflix show where he goes around with cab drivers and they take him to his favorite spot, and then he goes on a subway and asks them what their take is, and he could have a rich career doing that. No problem.
Dude, we better actually. Yeah. Kareem better be looking over his left and right shoulder. This motherfucker's coming for him. I didn't even think about this.
He said, "I know about cardamoms too, bro."
Damn, we're gonna have like by the time we're done, it'll be like Putin in The Hague having Subway take at gunpoint.
I like that. I think we should take it all the way. I wonder if Zohran's gonna do like hot ones and shit once it's like can he get off the hamster wheel of content once he's in office, even though I know it's time to get to work.
He's going to get to work, Chris.
I wonder if he's addicted to the shindig, though. You know, if it's like shit, I got to do something. What else? Oh, Perfectly Imperfect? Fuck it, I'll do it.
He's like, the subway system is good, but I'm trying to get my Tiny Desk concert on. The Young Cardamom Tiny Desk is what my main objective is.
How far could a guy take it? You know,
he needs to do his. You know, you guys know the Rogue Arms videos where it's you know what I'm talking about. It's like these like. It's like Zoomer vintage store. They're like, tell me what you're wearing and how much it cost. And it's like, it's always like they have like cat ears and like a labubu that and like anyway.
They're dressed like Northwest.
Yeah.
And he's like a suit from Suit Supply, tie from Suit Supply.
The suit supply of it all. I was like, bro, you can't tell people that. You know, you got to keep that low.
I think Suit Supply the reputation has improved a little bit. It's on the Real. I don't think it has such
that's because the Real is taking all comers. That's not because the suit supply has improved.
They didn't take my Gantt last week, Chris. They draw the line at Gantt.
Oh,
okay, let's talk about Bitcoin whales. Ezra, you wrote a story, your most recent big story, and I was thinking about how when you are a billionaire or 100 millionaire with Bitcoin, your life is kind of constantly in danger now. You have a team of security that rivals the Migos at any given time. Are you worried that because of your, whistleblowing, that you're possibly in danger ever as you're uncovering these massive stones?
No, I've never felt in any way personally in danger. I mean, I'm afraid of getting sued. That's kind of the worst I can imagine happening.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I think those guys in particular have a lot more to worry about right now than
of course
assassinating some.
Has anyone ever sent you a phone call or an email saying like, I wouldn't dig down this corner if you knew what was good for you, kind of thing?
Honestly, no. I've gotten a lot of legal threats. That's just sort of like bullshit. Like, some chat GPT
just to
lawyer.
Scare you off, hopefully.
Yeah, but I've never had someone threaten my life or anything like that.
Well, that ends today.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of hitmen who are like, wow, I never thought about that. I should hit him up.
Yeah. It would work. It would work too.
Yeah, fellas, just to let you know, if you tell me to stop sniffing up that tree, I will immediately stop.
Absolutely.
Has the bottom just kind of fallen out of it? I don't pay attention because it's so lame.
The Bitcoin is still pumping.
No, but like I'm saying, like with the NFT thing where you had friends telling you if you don't do this, you're so stupid. I feel like there was a Bitcoin crypto era like 3-4 years ago. It was the same attitude. I don't hear anything about any of that stuff anymore at all.
Yeah.
On a daily basis.
I think as far as I can tell, and I'm certainly not like, on the forums reading this stuff in depth, but the kind of, Bored Ape moment and all that came along with that when it was like, oh, like Ludacris is playing the Bored Ape party. It's like that kind of stuff seems like Paris Hilton's on Kimmel and they've both got their
Yeah.
apes. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like there's any attempt. I think what's happened is that there's no longer any attempt to pretend like this stuff is anything other than just a speculative asset. Like no one's like, oh, we're gonna put X, Y, and Z on the blockchain. We're gonna live our whole life. No, it's just like it's a fucking thing you can bet on. It's like
Blockchain is a word. I mean,
gambling.
I don't hear about blockchain at all. Blockchain died a slow death.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not something that we're going to be putting various things on anymore, as far as I can tell.
I think now that the crypto haze has lifted, and now people are seeing these rich whales getting kidnapped and tortured, and having their little. You either keep your password or like you keep it on like a little private hard drive keychain or whatever. It's easier to steal $1 billion in crypto than it is in cash or whatever.
That's what's so fascinating about that story to me is that the whole kind of like one of the things that they were using as a reason why we should all have Bitcoin is like it's that we can get away from the banking system, which I guess there's somebody for whom that means something. Like I don't mind going to the bank, whatever.
Hey, bro, I'm tired of these guys having access to all my data. Okay, we need to get away from this.
And so it's like, okay, fire. You can be the bank. Do you have a massive steel vault encased around your body at all times? Because if not,
do you live in a condo in
just
Miami?
Run up on you. Yeah, somebody can just torture you and get your stuff.
If they could take the jewels from the Louvre, they can definitely catch you slipping at Raising Cane's drive-through tonight. And you don't have $37 billion.
Which guy?
If you have a USB stick with 7 million in Bitcoin on it, bro, it's over. But also, I know a lot of people who have crypto, who have a good amount of money in Bitcoin, and they don't talk about it the same way people don't talk about, hey, I have a bunch of jewelry in my safe in my closet right now. It's just like,
and
these are uncertain times.
I think it drives these people crazy because one of the main things that being into Bitcoin early got you was this like, yacht flexing mode, and not being able to do that. It's like pulsing vein and forehead meme of like, these guys want nothing more than to have their iced out, NFT Bored Ape chain, and now you can't have it.
I mean, they say it's not worth being famous anymore. Back in the day, you get pulled over by the cops. They say, we'll give you an escort home. The doors of life open up for you as a celebrity. And nowadays, it's quite the opposite. You cannot, you have zero freedom. You're constantly under surveillance, and it's not enjoyable.
I saw a video this morning of A$AP Rocky jogging in Paris in a full Puma sweatsuit and sneakers, and I was like, this is the worst version of surveillance. Like this is embarrassing.
Was he going really fast or was he just jogging?
It was a pap jog. No, this was a pap. He was wearing a full Puma tracksuit. That was for a Chanel commercial where he got to propose to Margaret Qualley, which is obviously.
Just wanted to make sure we weren't talking about different A$AP Rocky running videos in the last week.
I'm just like, you really can't do anything anywhere if you have any level of fame. But I think now the rich guys that Ezra's talking about, they do it to themselves on TikTok. Like they're doing it like no one wants this from them. They're giving it to us.
But they're so desperate for pussy, they're willing to put their life on the line to flex off on the yacht.
And a lot of these guys aren't even bad looking. It's like they're like buff. They're but they're just.
One of them looked like Joe Camel, but some of them are regular guys, and we need crypto queer eye for the crypto guy. Go in there, change your whole shit up. Nobody's gonna want to steal your shit anymore.
Change your life.
Yeah, I mean the guys from my story, I think were by all accounts like certainly they were kind of handsome, kind of charming. At certain points in their lives, they were definitely pulling, but I think that they also had a kind of like to be the kind of person that gets into crypto early, I think that means that you probably had something seriously wrong with you in the early 2010s.
Yeah, true.
And that never goes away from a psychological perspective.
That's true. That's true. You got to spend a lot of time in places that I don't want to go to get there.
Yeah, I mean, I used to talk about it with DJs all the time, like a dead mouse kind of syndrome, where you got a guy who should not be hanging around with drunk models 5 nights a week. He was not built for it. He was taking apart his PC tower in 2010, not like doing bench presses and getting his dick sucked. So you get the bends once you enter the booth.
There really is a certain kind of guy that builds his own PC.
Yeah.
And that's a very clear line in the sand between guys.
Yeah, and they're not often cocksmen.
Building a PC is just like making love to a woman.
I've heard that before.
Okay, I need 3,000 words on that yesterday, Ezra. Stop what you're doing.
Put down your
Yeah, so can you give us a sneak peek on what you're working on next, your next behemoth? I'm hoping it's NBA poker rooms.
No, I mean, I don't know if I should even there is a story that I'm chasing that I think a lot of people are chasing, and I mean, honestly, I think it's fine. It's such a big thing in the headlines. I mean, I haven't gotten anywhere with this really, but I'm fascinated by the David story, as I think so many people are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't, if anyone listening knows anything about it, please get in touch.
I heard from one of my sources they're hiring people only from like private equity and VC. And it's
not
they're paying more than
we're not talking about we're talking about the rapper with the body found in his Tesla, not the protein bar scam.
I love that.
I don't give a fuck about that.
Like, holy shit! You're telling me this protein bar has a VC background?
No. I was talking about the hiring process. I was hearing they were paying an unbelievable sum to people, like to lure them over from like financial.
Spend money to make money. David's a smart guy.
Because you're like treating it like that. David, the other story, his homie clearly did it and put the body in the car.
Well,
I also saw that
David
the protein bar just released a new bar that's just a piece of cod.
That's called marketing, Ezra. You should look into it.
They sent me the cod.
Any good?
It's as good as a piece of frozen fish could be.
Yeah, I don't think it's meant to be good. But what do you? Sorry, and I excuse
your grandmother would not have approved of it, but in a pinch, if I'm doing
I'd already
put it in a blender and zip it up.
I'd already forgotten about the David the murderer story because I feel like if he was guilty, he would be arrested. Do you feel that way?
I mean, I have absolutely no idea. I think it is so baffling to me.
Do you think that Donald Trump's team created the David scandal to move away from the Epstein files?
Oh, that's a really good theory.
That is not a good theory. It's not my theory about David bars is better than that theory. Do not do that.
Trump created other things to distract away from that, but not the David thing. He wasn't privy to his music. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think he would have been in custody by now if it actually was him. But it's one of just like the kid who almost shot Trump's ear off. We don't know a single thing about him,
That one almost makes sense to me. I can understand the conspiratorial. It just seems like he was one of those kids who got like Discord kind of radicalized, and
it does. No, it really does feel. It does feel strangely online for like a R&B rap like that doesn't cross over in my mind, but he's young.
For a minor to be found decomposing in a famous person's car, quote unquote famous person, that's a juicy story, and if they give zero follow up to it, yeah, I mean, everyone wants to know. We need the 3,000 word cut article on it yesterday.
Imagine if they sent one of those.
Clock's ticking.
If they sent someone from the cut to write about that, how funny that would be.
I mean, anyone would. I mean, it's a huge story. So many unanswered. Yeah. Whenever that happens, an underage murder in a famous person.
I do wonder though, Ezra, where do you do you think that Rolling Stones spending a much like who? I mean, because it's kind of niche. Like that doesn't work for like Vanity Fair. It's a little too.
L.A. Times, New York Times feels right.
L.A. Times. People barely let their dog piss on that. New York Times maybe.
SF Gate. Is that what you want, Chris? I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I don't know where it would actually resonate. I guess besides the New York Times, I don't know who else would actually do it.
Sick.
Yeah, I don't know.
TMZ.
I mean, I'm working on it, but
it'd be cool if TMZ started doing heady 1,000-word articles like the cut.
You guys should launch an investigative editorial arm. You guys should have a quarterly.
Man, if Chris got to get his if Chris got to be the editor-in-chief of a Just Jared style gossip blogger paparazzi website, that's honestly his final form. That's the best.
That is my final form.
Your skills.
Zendaya stuns.
Yeah. My problem is I don't care about David or what happened to him or the you know what I mean? It's interesting on some level, but like
If it was Kid Cudi, you'd be paying more attention. I didn't know who David was before the story.
I knew who David was before the story because I listened to Joe Budden, and that's the only reason though.
Okay,
Because it's like an R&B sleeper, you know. It's not like it's not because I love it so much. But
he was bubbling in the underground.
well, all right, Ezra, let's get you out to Tarzana or wherever his house was, and you can start sniffing around in the garbage for clues.
Yeah, come on, bro. That's the fun part.
What do you guys think I should investigate?
I mean, the NBA gambling.
Pablo Torre's already done it. I feel like.
Yeah, but he's doing day of podcasts about it, whereas Ezra does the 18-month investigative journalism piece, and it's a different story. But that's all. Like when I was saying, like, are you worried about your safety when you start sniffing around, you know, crime families and mafia ties? That's when you get the phone call, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that seems like because there I was reading about that other maybe the same. There's like a Israeli mafia backed poker game scandal that I was just like I can't imagine
Oh,
a scarier person to be dealing with than like a Hollywood Hills private poker game
yeah.
Israeli mafia guy trying to collect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not. That's not
Mhm.
great. That's not great.
It's a room you do not want to be found in.
I also think the NBA stuff. There's people that I feel like you find stuff that's pretty niche and make it like interesting and like further reaching than it should be. Whereas the NBA thing, there's 1,000 guys at ESPN that have dedicated their entire life to basketball and they're frothing at the mouth. You know what I mean? It's like it's too popular almost.
Yeah, I also feel like it's in a way, I mean, kind of run of the mill. It's like, yeah, they're ripping people off at private poker games. Like no shit. It seems like that's that seems to be from seeing what professional poker players have been saying about it. They're like, yeah, if you're going to one of these games,
That's what's happening.
that's what's happening.
Right,
Yeah.
I think the intrigue only starts because the players were throwing
Yeah,
games
for sure.
and then you see clips of them throwing the games, and it's super obvious they were throwing the games.
I think the other intriguing part to me, sorry, Ezra, is when you see these people who have contracts where they're getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars a year, and they're so addicted to gambling that they're willing to throw it all away for 20 grand
That's
or whatever.
Yeah.
With these like weird things, you know. And like to be like, how could your head get into that situation as a rich person?
Well,
That's what I want to read about.
It's true. And it's always sort of like it's like their random friend is the one. It's like, oh yeah, like I'm telling my like
My random translator interpreter from Japan just got me into this, man.
right.
I think that I think that the gambling taking over our world is the most interesting. Like the fact that you can gamble on anything, anytime, anywhere. I think this is just a symptom of that at a very high level. But I think it's like there are guys like us that have ruined their entire lives gambling on their phone, like while they're at work.
Yeah.
That's crazier to me.
I was thinking about that with these new companies like Polymarket and Kalshi, and just like what is the future of that? Like, because obviously what those companies are trying to do is make it so that every single facet of your life can have a wager on it. And I had this idea in the shower of like, what if like, you're going to go to the gym and it'll be like the Kalshi gym and they're going to like give you odds on your weight loss goals or whatever. Or like you'll be able to bet on like, or like, oh, somebody's at this like fucking like you name it celebrity, like Mr. Beast is like, will he hit his weight loss goal? I like 5-1 or something like that.
And then I could go in and be like, you can predict the day Mr. Beast is going to be assassinated, and it's a it's a million and one long shot. If that parlay hits, you're the richest guy in the world. Or I think about that all the time. Like will how many streams will Two Hollis have by 2027? Or what just like being bullish on just everything.
Like every single thing that happens is going to essentially
anything
be something that somebody else can make money on, which is fascinating.
It'll be the only way to make our lives interesting is when there's some money on.
All right, Jason. That being the case, what are the odds on when Ezra's next story comes out? I'm giving it 3 to 6 months.
I take the over. I take the over on that.
Okay, so it's November. I was gonna say March 6, 2026.
Okay, all right. That's fair. I think that's
what, 5 months?
Ezra feels confident there. I could see him shaking his head. He feels good about that.
That's ambitious. I'm on kind of like a 2 a year pace these days.
Okay.
All right. So we could push it a little deep.
lot of time to practice your DJing, your beat matching there, Ezra.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Look, Ezra, thank you for joining us on How Long Gone. People can find you on the World Wide Web.
And for a guy who only writes 2 stories a year, he has a lot of stories written, and they're all, big.
They're great. I love them.
They're all big and long and thick.
Wow. Whoa. Damn.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah. No lies detected, mama. Okay, Ezra, thank you for chatting with us. Hope you had a fun time.
My pleasure. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Funky steps.